Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2682 of What's She Up To Now. This is a segment where I share lessons learned, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as I originally moved from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business, and then back and forth again. Today we're talking about, and all this month we're focusing on the area of contribution, the life framework area where we interact with things and organizations and people and places outside of ourselves. Yesterday we defined what that means to us. What is contribution to us personally, as well as in our Supersize business group? What does it mean for our business, for our organization? It's a little trickier when we're looking at these things from an organizational standpoint, because we have to include and think about the culture and everyone in the organization as a collective, not just our thoughts and feelings and beliefs about something. So today we're exploring, yesterday we did our definition, today we're exploring contribution thoughts, contribution beliefs. And I shared some of those that I've heard a lot or I've actually had myself. Like, I'll give money when I have money or when I make more money. Giving is as much for me as is for whoever I give to. And we're not just talking money, time, energy, skills, abilities, coaching, training, mentoring, all the different ways we can give or donate to things outside of us. For me, it's to make the world a better place. To me, it's to set a good example of how I want the world to be, and how I want to be treated is how I treat other people, because treat other people the way you want to be treated, give what you want to get, etc. Those are all parts of my definition. Volunteering is easy, fun, and psychologically rewarding. If you have that belief, or volunteering is a pain in the butt, it's a lot of work and I just have to do it because I'm expected to hold my job, there are companies that require a certain number of volunteer hours per week or per month from their employees. It depends on, again, that's their culture. I love contributing my seldom used or never used items to charity. A couple of years ago, when I moved, I set a goal to downsize 90%. I was moving out of the home I raised my kids in and our big family home into a much smaller place. And I was like, all right, I'm going to donate 90% of the things that are in my life. Now, I still have a lot of stuff, so that just goes to tell me how much abundance my life already had in it. Give everything I can. I give everything I can in different situations and different scenarios. And again, how we view and our thoughts and beliefs and feelings about contribution are going to vary over time. The more secure we are, the more confident we are, the more stable we are, the more healthier we are in all the areas and aspects of our life, the more likely we are to realize that we all have tremendous value to give. And guess what? Even if we don't think we have any value to give, that's when we should volunteer, that's when we should give, that's when we should communicate with and get involved with organizations that we care about and people and things outside of ourselves, because that helps to raise our confidence. It helps us to realize that we get out of life what we put into life. We get out of everything what we put into everything. So we talked about that, and then I asked us to think about a couple of different things. One is the thought or belief. I said write down at least 10 thoughts that come into your mind about giving or about contribution. To me, contribution is giving something of value in exchange for nothing in return. You don't expect anything in return. And then from a organization level, just share one thought or belief that your organization currently has about giving. Maybe you're a huge philanthropic organization, maybe not so much, right? And whatever it is, it's not good or bad. It's just how you choose to impact the world around you. Also, we spoke about how our definition and our thoughts about and our beliefs about everything changes over time, but contribution is no different. Contribution, how we give, how we serve, how I give and interact with the world is different than, I love volunteering. I loved volunteering before I had kids. While I had kids and was raising my children, it was super duper busy and demanding because I was also working and building my businesses at the same time. So there just wasn't the time and energy, and so I had to reprioritize how I gave. I could give money, but it wasn't a time when I did a lot of physical time volunteering. But now, whenever I go to Texas, I love to volunteer for at least a day with my mom at some of the places that she loves and cares about. And it's easy since I can't drive. I need somebody to drive me around. And so it's a good way for me to actually do volunteer work that I wouldn't otherwise get to do. Now, I'm looking for a way to do that here where I live because I want to. I like doing it. It makes me feel good. I like feeling like I'm making a difference. Anyway, each of us is different. So our action item today is just to think about contribution. How do you want to leave the world, right? How do you want to be remembered, and what are you going to share with the rest of the world? Share one thing in the comments below that you come up with today, or one thought that you've had in the past, or that maybe you have right now that you think. I like to do a little exercise, and what I did is I listed, for me personally, 10 different beliefs or thoughts that popped into my head. And now tonight, before I go to bed, I'm going to say, is that a thought or is that a belief? And then I'm going to give it a plus or minus if it's a negative thing. Like one of the ones I used to have was, I'll give money when I make money. When I make more money, I'll give more money. And I've learned that over time, that's a negative belief and a negative thought, because it's not true. Just because people make more money doesn't mean they contribute more money. Just because people make more money doesn't mean they make a world a better place at all, right? Think drug dealers and criminals. They make a lot of money, but they don't really contribute to the world in a positive way. So I'm not going to talk about that. That is all we've got today. If I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.